Now, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We give thanks to Allah. We ask blessing on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household companions, and non-Muslim. Inshallah, the topic of discussion is الفرق بين المضاف والشبيه بالمضاف. That is difference between mudaf and shabih بالمضاف. So this difference we are going to base it on monada issues. So that is that. Now, it is not a news that you see students of Nahw and Sarf who do ask questions that what are the differences between Mudaf and Shabihul Mudaf? How will a student know that, oh, this is a Mudaf and this is a Shabihul Mudaf? Or how do we even, me myself, I want to construct a Shabihul Mudaf. I want to use it as an example. How will I do that? These are questions people do ask. Now, before we move on, we need to look at something. So we base our writing on examples of monada. So this, for instance, mudof, you see it in different places, in different sense, in different style of now and solve. Shebi mudof is limited. Where you do see it mostly, where scholars of now will do discuss it, is when you are treating subject like this, when you are treating monada. Also, when you are treating la nafiyatul jinsi, la nafiyatul jinsi, that's true. When they are treating la nafiyatul jinsi, they do discuss it, and also some nawasikh in such situation, they do discuss about smoza, about shebi bil mudaf. So now we want to look at mudaf and the shebi bil mudaf. First thing, we must note that the two, both of them, they have some similarities. They have some similarities, and one of those similarities is that they both contain more than one word. They are not mufrad. Do you get the mufrad? We repeat again. The mufrad means it's not mufrad musanna jamu, but the mufrad as a single word. Both of them are not single word. You can see this is two consisting of two words. This consisting of two words. This is consisting of two words. This is consisting of two words. Do you get now? Ignore the ya for now. Ignore the ya for now. We are just talking about the monada itself and the shabih bil mudaf. And we are talking about the mudaf and the shabih bil mudaf. You see that two words. This one too, the same thing. Hasanun wajhu ma'rufan fadluhu ba'ithanan lil haqqi saniyan ma'ruf muqbilan nahwan. You can see they are more than a word. So that's the first thing we have established. The second is another of their similarities, that mudaf and the shabihu bil mudaf, you will see that they always have athar on what comes after them. They have effect on them. Like this is resting on this is taking jari, this is resting on this is taking jari, this is resting on this is taking jari, this is resting on this is taking jari. If you see this one too, this hasan has effect on this. That's why this wajihu is taking a raf'an. You can see this ma'ruf and have effect on this fadlu. That's why this fadlu is taking a dhamma. This bahisan is having the bahisan, and because ba is the musahaba or muwafaqa of ba is this and. You can see this is taking a jam, this and it have effect on it. You can see this sunny and is acting on this, is affecting it. So this mukbilan too, this is of actually. So the effect it is having, it later results to it coming this way. Do we get now? So that is that on their similarities. Now we want to now look at their differences, which is very, very important. The first is that when we look at their construction, you see that your munada, the aslu of it is what is sorry, your mudaf. The aslu of it is either is what is it is muno one. If it is it is mufrad, it will be muno one. Mufrad now that I meant is mufrad musanna jamun. Like this is sahibun. Do you get now? Sahibun. So it is like this, sahibun zaidun. Do you get now? Sahibun plus what? Plus zaidun. This is the aslu. Do you get now? So when they come together, you can see one of the domo is dropped. It becomes what? Sahibu. It becomes sahibu maza, sahibu zaidin. That's how your mudaf and mudaf ilayh are formed. Do you get now? It becomes Sahibu Zaidin. So if it is now, for instance, it is Musanna, it will be like Sahibu, it will be Sahibani. Sahibani Zaidin. Can you see? Two friends of Zaid. Now, the noon will be dropped. It will now become what? Like this Sahibun becomes Sahibu. This Sahiban too will become Sahiba. Sahiba Zaidin. Can you see? You can see that when you want to join your Mudaaf to your Mudaaf, what's it called? Mudaaf ilayhi, the tanween will be dropped, or the noon of the musanna will be dropped. If it is also what? Something like this, the root of this Banu Hashim is what? Banuna. So this is Banuna plus what? Hashim, the children of Hashim. Do you get now? Do you get? The noon is dropped. It becomes what? Banu. Banu. Like this. Banu Hashim. Can you see? Do you get now? So when your Mudaaf is coming together to form with your Mudaaf ilay, you see that the tanween will be dropped, or if it is musanna, the noon of the musanna will be dropped. If it is jamu mudhakkar salim or ismul haq, the noon also will be what? Will be dropped. So that is that. But for shabihu bil mudaaf, that will not happen. The mudaaf is independent. The noon can be its noon can be dropped. You can see that. Look at all these tanween now. They are retained. They are not what? The tanween still remain. Do you get now? When ya comes into this he become sahiba. Abi, the tanween is gone. The tanween is what? The tanween is gone. Can you see that you could not see the tanween again when the ya comes into the he becomes ya sahiba zaidin. This one too, the sahiba becomes ya sahiba. So the noon is gone. This noon which we are talking about is gone. So this one banu no too. The noon is gone. Become bani, because it's now in what? In Nasbu state. So but if you look at this, it retains its tanween. So that is one of their first difference. The second of their differences, which is also very, very apparent, is that your Mudaaf ilay is always what? What comes after. We want to look at the nature of what always come after your Mudaaf or your Shabihu bil Mudaaf. They are in Rob. That means what comes after them. The Rob of what always come after your Mudaaf or your Shabihu bil Mudaaf. Look at this now. For instance, for the Mudaaf, this Zaid is taking what? Is taking Jarri. Look at this Ma'ruf too. He's taking what? Jarri. Look at this Zaidin too. He's taking what? Jarri. Look at this Hashim. He's taking what? Jarri. Which means I can conclude that anything that is coming after your Mudaaf is always what? Majrurun da'iman. Majrurun da'iman. Now let's look at our Shabihu bil Mudaaf. Look at this now. Let's look at this. This Wajhu now. It is taking what? It is taking Rafun. Look at Fadlu. It's taking what? Rafun. Look at Haki. It's taking what? Jarri. Look at Ma'ruf. It's taking what? Nasbu. Look at Nahwana. It's taking what? Nasbu. Which shows that when what comes after your Mudaaf can be what? Majrurun da'iman. What comes after your Shabiul Mudaaf will always depend on the construction between the Shabiul Mudaaf and what is coming after. Do we get now? So the root of this, why is it this way? Let's break this in. Ya Hasanun Wajuhu. We can be rewritten. Do we get now? And you say what? Ya man what? Ya man yahsunu. So this is now reconstructed. So because the verb should be able to what? To fit in. If a verb should be able to fit in for your what? For your, what's it called? For your Shabihu bil Mudaaf. You can substitute it with a verb. Do you get now? So it will be what? Ya man yahsunu, from hasuna. Ya man yahsunu wajhuhu. You can see that this wajhu is taken off because it is the word. It is the fa'il. That means, oh, you that his eyes is what? Is beautiful. Oh, you that have a good what? A good face. Oh, you that his face is beautiful. So you can see that this yahsunu, the person who is what is the wajihu. So that's why it is fine there. Let's look at this now. We can rewrite it. You know, ma'ruf, when you have maf'ul, ismul maf'ul is it will give you what? Al-fi'lu mabniyyu lil majhul. So this ma'ruf, we can write it as what? Ya maza, ya man, ya man. This one now become what? Yu'rafu, ya man yu'rafu fadluhu. Ya man yu'rafu fadluhu. Can you see? Oh, you that is bounty. Do you get now? Oh, you that is bounty is known. Oh, you that is virtuous is known. Do you get now? So what is our fadlu now? No ibuli fa'il. The first one here is fine. Why is that it's taking rofun? Here it is not ibuli fine. That's why it is taking what? Rofun. Let's look at this. We can write it and say what? Ya man. Ya man what? Ya man, because now is the person you are facing. Ya man tabhathu. Ya man tabhathu anil ish anil haqqi. Anil haqqi. You can see what come after this thing here is taking what? Is taking a jarri. Ya man tabhathu anil haqqi. So it's taking jarri here because of the an. Because bahasa always have muwafaqa with an when we are using for search. So this another one here is taking fatha. Let's rewrite it. We are used to write it as you are watching the video. Become what? Ya man. Change this to mudari. Ya man tasna'u. Ya man tasna'u maza. Ya man tasna'u alish al-ma'rufa. Can you see? Al-ma'rufa. Can see it. So it is what here? It is maf'ul bihi. Can you see? So this one can be written and become what? Ya man tuqbilu nahwana. Ya man tuqbilu nahwana. So can you see? Oh, you coming towards us. So it is zorf here. That's why it's taking a what? A fatha. So that is your this thing. So while this can it will be majrur daiman. Your what? Your mudaf. Your mudaf will yani. What is coming after your mudaf will always be in jari state all the time. Your what? Your shabihu bil mudaf. Your shabihu bil mudaf will always what? Will always depend on the what? On the sentence structure. On the sentence structure, what is coming after? You can see this is the lazim verb, so it can only produce a fine. The root of this verb is because it's majhul here. So your what is coming after your shabil mudaf is not able to find here because you have this a collocation of arij jari taking case so here sona which is a transitive verb. So that's why what is coming after is taking what's not good. So this mukbilan, because what you are using after it is a what? Is a zorf. So that is that on that. Now the third of their differences, we have looked at two differences so far. The first of their differences is that when your mudaf is coming in, the tanwin will be loose, or if it is musanna, the noon of the musanna will be lost. If it is jamu muzakkar salim or it's like, the noon will also be what? Will be lost. But we said for what? For shabi bil mudaf, the tanwin or the athar of tanwin will always stay. They will not be lost. You can see. So that the second is that what? What is coming after your mudaf will always be what? Majrurun daiman. But for shabiul mudaf, what is coming after it can be in any depending can be in any i'rab state, depending on what on your construction. So that is that. Now the third thing we want to look at is that the nature of your mudaf, nature of your mudaf and the nature of your shabihul bil mudaf. Now your mudaf can be what? Can be a wasfu or a jamid. Yeah, and it can be a what? Can be ismun mushtaq. Do you get? Or can be what? Can be a jamid noun, static noun. So jamid noun are verbs that are not derived, like kitabun, like dog, and kelbun, like hakku, like us and all your masdar. Do you get now? And things like that. Let's look at that. But if it's your Shabi Mudaf, your Shabi Mudaf, because they are being formed, they are being derived, so they are always what wasful. Your Shabi Mudaf can either be Ismul Fa'il, Ismul Maf'ul, Sifatu Mushabbah, Ismul Mubalagha, or and their likes that are derivatives. That derivatives we use for adjectives. Derivatives we use for adjectives. That's what can be your what? Shabihu bil mudaf. So do we get now? So let's look at this now. For instance, look at Ya Sahiba Zaidin. So hey, astaghfirullah, I made a mistake. Your mudaf can be anything. So your mudaf is not only jamid. Your mudaf can be jamid or what? Not jamid. Please, I'm repeating that third statement. The nature of your mudaf, it can be jamid and it may not be what? Jamid. But your shabihu mudaf will always be what? Will always be what? An adjective. I'm repeating again. Your mudaf can either be what? An adjective. Do you get now? Can be adjective. That means adjective that derives. Derivative like ismul fa'il, ismul maf'ul, sifatu mushabbah, ismul mubalagha, and their likes like that. That is what, or it can be what? It can be static, jamid. So any of it can be mudaf. Do you get now? But your shabiul mudaf will always be what? Will always be those wasfu we have mentioned. Ismul fa'il, ismul maf'ul. A static word, a static noun, a jamid noun can never be what? Can never be shabihu bil mudaf. Please, have you gotten what you have said? So let's look at this now, for instance. Sahiba Zaidin. So Sahib, you can see that it is a derived word. It is a derived word from Sahiba. Ismul fa'il, Sahib. So look at this now. Look at this. Sani'un. Sani'un. It's also derived from what? From Sana and Sani'un. Sahiba, that's the mustanna of this, that's dual of this. So let's look at Bani. This is for Bani, children. So that is a what? A jamid what? A jamid now. Like when it was like Abdullah, Kitab Zaidin. Look at Kitab, look at Abdul. All this, they are what? They are what? They are static or jamid now. So your mudaf can be what? Can be a jamid now or can be derivative or can be a derived now. Ismu mushtaku. Do you get now? Can be a derived now or can be what? A jamid now. But your shabihu mudaf will always be what? Even from what you have seen here, when we break this thing down to this, it shows that what? That they are what? They are either of the four. Ismul fa'il, ismul maf'ul, ismul mubalagha. Do you get now? Sifatu mushabbah. Let's look at this one now. Hassan. Hassan. This Hassan is an adjective. It's derived from what? Let's look at the construction from hasuna. Hasuna, the model is what? Yahsunu. Can you see? Yahsunu. Can you see now? So the adjective is now what? Hasanun. The masdar is, do you get now? The masdar is what? Husnun. So that's where it is from. So this is a word? Sifatu mushabbaha. You can see. So this is sifatu mushabbaha. Look at this ma'ruf now. Ma'ruf is ismul maf'ul. You can see that they are derivatives. So derivative we use as adjectives. That is what you see that they will be using as what? As shabihu bil mudaf. Look at this ba'isan, ismul fa'il from bahatha. So this is from urifa, arafa, urifa, ma'ruf. This is saniyan from sana'a. This is what? Mukbil from akbala. Ismul fa'il, ismul fa'il, ismul fa'il, ismul maf'ul, sifatu mushabbaha. So these are what we always be used as shabihu bil mudaf. But for your mudaf, any of the two can be there. It can be jamid or mushtaku. So you can see mushtaku, jamid, mushtaku, mushtaku, mushtaku. So that is that. Kitab Zaidin, jamid. So that is the basic difference between what? Between a mudaf and a what? And shabihu bil mudaf. So you can see all of them, both this thing that they both take what? When they are called, when they are munada, they all take what? They all take Nasbu. They all take Nasbu. This is taking Nasbu, 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 Nasbu. So that is that. So that is that. Okay, let me quickly translate it. Ya Hasan Waju. Oh, you who have a good face. Ya Ma'rufan Fadluhu. Oh, you who is known for virtues. Oh, you whose virtues are known, or whose virtues are known. Ya Bahisan Anil Haki. Oh, you seeker of what? Of the truth. Ya Sani An Al Ma'rufa. Oh, you good doer. Oh, you doer of good. Ya Mukbilan Nahwano. Oh, you approaching us. So those are the meanings. So let's try to watch and also try and share to others. Barakallahu fi you. May Allah accept us and out of you. But I join our Telegram page and get other information. Inshallah, you can ask questions there. Also ask on our Facebook page. Try to like, share, and comment. Jazakumullah khairan. Subhanakallah wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.